Hello folks, welcome. How you doing? Hard to believe. Kind of a hard day today because some know, some don't, but 26 years ago, hard to believe, 26 years ago today, 7/9/1995, the Grateful Dead played their final show in Soldiers Field in Chicago. I guess it was a cold night. I didn't go. I found someone later, like in 2004, that had extra ticket but didn't have a way there, and I could have gotten them there. But we didn't know each other. But hard to believe, 26 years ago, there was somebody that said that there were some people I talked to near the stage that said that you could tell he was deep breathing in between the songs and stuff, and it was like he was having trouble breathing. But when you live on hot dogs, heroin, and milkshakes, and unfiltered cigarettes, you're not probably gonna survive too long. Get that, but it's hard to believe. I've got the show on record, on CD, and it's on my computer, but I found it on YouTube, and I'm listening to it. Wow. Because it was like an extremely cold night. I met another dude who showed me a photo. He took a photo of the return. He got his money orders returned for the fall tour, and he had it framed. And the money orders, because the fall tour that never happened, and you got your money back. And he has a frame of them, and it's like, wow. Hard to believe, 26 years ago, wow. And, we never been to Dead and Company. I've met people that Dead and Company is their first experience with the Grateful Dead, all the way to people that I've met throughout my life that saw Keith and Donna Gottschalk's final show. I've met people that saw Brett Mitlin's first show. I've met people that, like, the Grateful Dead Station Terrapin, the Grateful Dead Terrapin Station Family Union in Alpine Valley. That was their first show. And I remember that. Folks, if you're don't have a ticket within 60 miles, they're not letting anyone in there unless you can prove you live within that 60-mile radius, not get 40 miles, 30 miles. No. I think it was just trying to scare tactics to get people not to show up to Alpine Valley if you didn't have a ticket. But that's one of those things. It's a great time. An old timer once said to me, he goes, "A stranger at a Grateful Dead concert is just the best friend you haven't met yet." That's why I try to befriend people and be friends with anyone I come in contact with, because you never know. My one cat's going psycho. I don't know what the heck. Yeah, if I let you out, buddy, then I gotta leave the door open and shut the air off, and it's hot in here, and I'm not doing that. I work in a 900-degree kitchen all the time. Sorry. I want AC for 5 minutes. It's my cat. But yeah, it's always a great time. But it's just hard to believe. 26 years ago today. Wow. Time flies, man. It does. I love y'all. Tell everyone. Pray for people. Love on people. Be there for people, because you never know. It's been 26 years since the last Grateful Dead show, and hard to believe. And that means it's been 27 since I graduated high school. Oh, what the heck? Oh, wow. But yeah, it's been good times. But yeah, every time you go, you meet new people, and like my wife has told me all the time. She goes, "The Grateful Dead do something to you I can't. I don't know." And it's just like, when especially if you're hearing a show you're at, and it just brings you right back. If you ever seen the movie, if you haven't, check it out. The Music Never Stops. It's based on a true story, and it's amazing. And it's just, you know, when you hear a show or a song or whatever, and it transports you back to where you were when you heard that or whatever, and it's just kind of neat now that you have like people able to share stuff, and you have, like, I've seen someone I met that said when he was at Alpine Valley in '89, he had a tape recorder and they were just recording the conversations they were having in the parking lot. Because back in the day, you used to be able to pay, you know, your 15, 20 bucks, and you camp there for the, you know, you sit there and go to show, you come back, you have a beer, and you go to bed. And then they stopped the camping and all this, but yeah. But it's just now you can see there are people that they got in with like camcorders, and they're just like walking around like the lawn seating of like Alpine Valley and these different venues. You know, they're not necessarily, you hear the music, but they're not really filming the band, they're filming all the air. So I'm like, how the heck did you get in there with that camera? I know they were pretty lenient about, like, you know, like taping and shows, but like, that's, you know, because I remember at like Deer Creek Music Center, there used to be like at Dead and Company or Phil Ash and Friends or Rat Dog or whatever, you know, whatever, that type of thing. They used to have people that would sell like VHS cassettes of shows where like somebody would get into a concert, a Dead show with like a handy cam, and they'd film the show, and then mediocre quality, but it was still. And I have like 3 of those, and I cherish those, because one had at the end like 50 news stations from all over the U.S. of like talking about the death of Jerry Garcia and stuff, and it was just, I'm like, now, but this, like, back in the day, this was like in 2000 I got this, you know, and to go through and be able to get like all these different CBS, Fox News, ABC, NBC, and all this from all these affiliates all across the whole U.S. and collage them, and it was just really neat. And, you know, and some stuff like that, like the old things like that now is kind of obsolete. Now it's like, here's my email address. I'll have the show up in like 4 hours. Huh? I still remember seeing The Dead in Chicago, and they had a thing where if you got like a wristband, you could get like a bootleg copy of it, and like from like that night you would have like a copy, and they literally did like the first set. By the time the second set was over, they had all the first sets already ready, and they were just doing the dubbing of it was like done, like bang. And people waited in line like 30 minutes after the concert, and they had their bootleg, and they left. And like, I just went to I went to this guy's website, and bang, bang, bang. And I had a copy of the show, and I have it somewhere. Because I have like, but that was a good show. And I met a dude that was like, the guy that had the tape recordings of Alpine Valley that he recorded, yeah, that guy, he went behind the stage. We were on like the upper level, and he went behind the stage to where you couldn't see the band, but you could hear it. And he said the sound was incredible. You couldn't see anything, but it was incredible. But, you know, I got a million stories. Could probably write a book just on all the experiences, and, you know, but just hard to believe, 26 years ago, Soldiers Field, Chicago, Illinois. The Grateful Dead played their final concert. Jerry's final words to Bob Weir was, "Always a hoot, always a hoot." Bob Weir went one direction because he was doing an East Coast thing and touring with Rat Dog, and Jerry went back to California, and it was in New Hampshire when Bob Weir was playing, and he was notified that Jerry died, and it was kick in the gut. God bless you all. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.